Well, our top story check today takes us to Guyana, where the long wait for pensions by veterans of the Guyana Defense Force, I should say, will soon be over. Senior Minister in the Office of the President with responsibility for finance has announced that those who have been waiting for several years to access their contributions will do so by the end of the year. There had been cases of people unable to get a pension because of incomplete or inaccurate records. Some people's national insurance statements also showed missing in contributions, in that there were some individuals who did not have adequate constitutions to receive pensions. But the senior minister said all of those cases have been examined and action had been taken to resolve most of them.
Persons who were waiting 3, 4, 5 years for their pension should be able to access their pension within a matter of weeks, and I've in fact asked the general manager to ensure that those persons access their pension before Christmas.
Now, the senior minister added that even in complicated cases where the holdup did not relate to a veteran's employment, but with the Army, but with rather other private companies, the NIS will attempt to verify those periods of employment.
Even those cases, we're not turning persons away. We've said that we will try our utmost to try to unravel, to get to the bottom of those matters, and try our best to the extent that records are ascertainable and verifiable, try our best to resolve those matters. But those will take a little bit longer to resolve.
All right, we'll now do an update to a story we first brought you yesterday here on One Caribbean News. FTX Digital is based in Nassau, Bahamas. The cryptocurrency's founder, Samuel Bankman-Fried, is now in some hot water as the crypto firm plunges into crisis. Our One Caribbean News' Deandra Hamilton reports.
Is the mansion now back on the market after the dismal collapse of FTX Digital, a $40 million condominium perched high at the Albany in Nassau, Bahamas, which was once the home of embattled FTX originator Sam Bankman-Fried, stepped down from his company, facing lawsuits and scandalous charges with assets frozen, employees out of work, and bankruptcy his only option. The once #1 cryptocurrency company is now a bane, which will take billions to fix. In the House of Assembly last week, the Bahamas Prime Minister said while the Bahamas Securities Exchange has regulatory power over FTX Digital based in Nassau, more than one country was responsible for watching.
That the Bahamas did not have sole oversight of the FTX's worldwide operation. And I repeat that. The Bahamas did not have sole oversight of FTX's worldwide operation.
He talked about the volatility of the industry, likely in defense of the scathing rebuke for his PLP administration. He also believes reputationally the Bahamas will fare well.
I have every confidence that the Bahamas will emerge from the proceedings involving FTX, proceedings taking place here as well in other jurisdictions, with an enhanced, the Bahamas will emerge with an enhanced reputation as a solid digital asset jurisdiction.
But Bahamians and others who have invested are hearing more about the extravagance and nonchalance of the company, which makes them want to see someone held responsible. Deandra Hamilton reporting.
All right, thanks so much for that report, Deandra. Meantime, millions of people will spend a good portion of the holidays in the kitchen, getting meals ready for friends and families. But safety experts say it's important to remember there is a major risk of fire this time of year. Wendy Gillette has a few tips today on how to stay safe in the kitchen.
This demonstration shows what can happen if you try putting out a grease fire with water. It's a common accident during the holidays.
It's about 3 times as many fires on Thanksgiving than any other day of the year.
And the Consumer Product Safety Commission says there are more than 165,000 cooking fires every year, leading to around 200 deaths and 3,200 injuries. If a grease fire does start in your kitchen,
you will see flames.
Minnesota State Fire Marshal Jim Smith describes what to do.
Always have the lid close by and slide it over the top and then turn the burner off and let it sit.
The CPSC says the best way to prevent fires in the first place is to pay attention to what you're doing when cooking and keep anything flammable away from the burners and oven. Deep frying a turkey can be particularly dangerous. Over the past 20 years, these fires have led to nearly $10 million in property damage.
Never overheat the oil. Use oil with a high smoke point. Never overfill the turkey fryer as well. That can cause splashing and burns if it is overfull.
Also, never fry a frozen turkey. And don't use a fryer in a garage or on a porch. Wendy Gillette, CBS News, New York.
Now, lots of excellent advice there. Well, meantime, CPSC says an average of 1,600 fires occur every year on Thanksgiving in the U.S. Well, meantime, if you're traveling with some Thanksgiving food or maybe leftovers, you may be wondering how to get that food to your destination if you're traveling with that. Well, if you check out the TSA's What I Can Bring feature on their website, you'll see they recommend that you avoid bringing food that can spill, spread, or spray. If the meal is larger than 3.4 ounces, they say put it in your checked luggage. If you need to keep the foods cold, ice packs are definitely allowed, but it must be frozen solid when going through security. Some of the food you can bring with no issues. They say baked goods, meats like turkey and ham, and cooked and uncooked stuffing. Some foods to avoid, they say anything like liquid cranberry sauce, homemade gravy, and wine. Well, meantime, King Charles is hosting his first state visit as king. He's hosting South Africa's president, who's on a 2-day visit. King Charles and Camilla, the Queen Consort, officially welcomed the president of South Africa at the Horse Guards parade grounds near Buckingham Palace on Tuesday. Earlier, he was greeted by Prince William and his wife Kate, the Prince and Princess of Wales, at a hotel in central London. During his visit, he will lay a wreath at the tomb of the unknown warrior in Westminster Abbey. He'll also address Parliament, give a speech at a banquet at Buckingham Palace, and meet Britain's new Prime Minister, King Charles III.